Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Prison Architect, returning to the Fortress Prison. And I finally got my armed guards, or at least some of them, and we have just turned free fire armed, so there's going to be no messing around in this prison. If there's any violence that the armed guards see, it's shoot to kill. Alright, another thing I'm going to want to do, I'm going to go ahead and play things at slow speed, is I'm going to want to tear down half the beds in this area because they're not really being used. Oh, did I just dismantle a light? I don't want to dismantle a light. I want to dismantle the bed. There we go. We're going to dismantle half the beds. I had to wait until people weren't sleeping anymore, so we didn't have any issues as a result of that. It's going to be somewhat tedious as I have to make sure I'm clicking on the right thing. And we'll do all of the beds on the left side just to keep track of things, as that's already the way we have it for the cells that we didn't put max beds in anyway. I might miss a couple while doing this, but... oh, this one's going to be tricky. I might have to... Alright, well, that one's going to be a little bit harder to do. I might have to skip a couple. For now. Not the end of the world. Oh, I was actually able to get that one. I just click right there. There we go. Now, the whole free fire thing might cause me to lose the game, though. I'm not exactly sure if we have too many prisoner deaths, maybe. Because I do have the fail state turned on, more or less. Then once we have those dismantled, we can start installing them over in the other cell block over here. We want bunk beds. Alright, and flip her around. Good way to save money. Okay, now we're starting to have to pay for them. Okay. And it looks like, utility-wise... oh, power was never drawn down here. For whatever reason. There we go. And... go back to objects here. Okay. Now for the bunk beds. Figuring out how to place these bunk beds are going to be a little bit trickier. Well, that one's not going to be so tricky, and neither is this one, because you just do that. This one's going to be a little bit trickier, so... what I might do is I probably still want to keep the toilet kind of in front of the door here. So I might just put this bunk bed here, like that. And I'll do something similar here, so that should be where we place it. Although technically, I'm going to have to put the toilet over here, so it's not going to be quite in front of the door. And then over here, we just need a normal bed and a toilet. And I'm going to try and keep the toilets in front of the doors. Not that it particularly matters, but that's just what I like to do. Now, from what I saw, we're not going to get full max capacity. We're not going to get 4 per cell like we're supposed to get. For whatever reason. Are these normal beds? Hold on a second. Oh. Well, that's not right. Those should be bunk beds. Oh. Alright, well, that's my bad. We're going to have cells that have just normal beds. So I obviously clicked on the wrong thing when I placed these down. Alright, well, it's not the end of the world, but it's kind of annoying that I have to deal with that. But, alright, we'll go back to the toilets here. Guess I might as well have things sped up a little bit. We have Toilet in front of the door. Okay. Oh, what happened? The water pipe has burst and is flooding the area. Fix it before damage becomes... Oh, this is one of those events. Okay. Utilities. So it's there. High priority. And I'll even grab a workman, put them right on top of it. I mean, luckily we have a lot of drains in the area, so it shouldn't flood too bad. It'll flood over here. Alright, well, I made it a high priority. Who knows who's going to actually take care of it, though. Alright, whatever. I'm going to go back to what I was doing, though. Alright, so that's the event system. Firing off, I believe. Okay, so we missing toilets anywhere? We do not have any in this row. And then I think we're done. Then I need to start hooking up the water. Let's go to utilities. And I didn't make this large pipe quite long enough. We're going to need it to there. And I didn't do anything over here. So where did I end up putting the toilet here? I put it there. Alright. So we're going to want the large pipe in line with that, I think. Maybe if I do it to there and then I do small pipe off of that, it might be okay. And then do that. And then, oh, we already have the pipe here. That was a slight mistake, but I don't think it would be that big of a deal. And then, because I put them across the door, this is fairly easy to figure out without even having the toilet installed. Alright, this door doesn't quite line up. I hope the other ones did. I wasn't really paying that close attention, but it looked like they did. It's just this one that's off. So that was a slight mistake when I was planning things out, but go. And there we just go like that. And this one we just go like that. And this one I'm gonna go like this because there's gonna be a toilet up there. Alright, that should take care of everything we need for these to be legal. Oh, no, not quite. We're gonna need sprinklers. And all of these... Well, I can have time run while I do that. Cells. Ooh, okay, well, I'll just put it there and then we'll run the pipe. Alright, let's see if anybody's taken care of that leak. Oh yeah, it's done. Okay, going back to the sprinklers. Where were we? Okay, we'll put one here. Oh, I just totally missed with that toilet. Where's the sprinkler? Okay, we have everything there done. Okay. And all of these cell blocks that were supposed to get bunk beds that didn't, I'm going to have to fix. couple still need dismantled. That one's ready. I don't think I queued that one to dismantle. There we go. Now, I may have to put some walls out so that this can be accessed. Even if those walls are not going to be used. Just so we can block off areas. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then we can easily block this off by moving this door over here. And this door over here, and then we're going to need 2 doors, one here and one here. So I don't see a reason why not to put out a couple of the large jail doors. One there, and then the other ones will be moving. Well, actually, when I think about it, we're not going to be moving this one, right? Instead, I just need one here, right? Yeah, that makes more sense. So I just put one there. And I should have that wall built. Again, I don't know if we're going to actually use the wall as is, but we could always dismantle it. It's not as big of a deal when it's just a smaller wall like that. And let me take a look at the regime. We have 1 yard period. What's our prisoner population like? Alright, well, you know what? Probably be a little bit smarter if we break up the yard time. So once the yard period's over, I'll do that. And I'll make it so that the max security people get their yard time at a different time. Alright. How many grants do I have active right now? Only 2. Crackdown on drugs sounds like an easy one. We're gonna have to do a shakedown, though. Oh, wait until the prisoner population is sleeping, and then we'll do that. Yeah, so I just moved this door over there, and then that should be fine. This door will still be valid. I mean, you remove a lot of the convenience that the prisoners could have going this way. But for now, because so much of the prison is still dark, and I don't want the prisoners in there, I think this is a good plan. Let me just make sure I have the staff-only zones correct. Okay. So far, so good. I'm going to have to redraw it once we move this door. But I have to wait for the walls to be built, so... Alright, well, danger's not too high. I'll go ahead and have time tick here a little bit. Matter of fact, I could probably hire some more armed guards. But for now, what I'm going to do is actually expand the kitchen. Because we did take in a fair number of prisoners here, so... We'll do another row of cookers. I'll do them down here because we already have power lines more or less. And I'll do another row of fridges here. And do I need the sinks? I don't see a reason why not to do the sinks. So... And then we're going to need to set up the utility for the sinks. So that's going to be... don't know if a pipe across, a small pipe across here will cover these guys. And what I might do is just do a large pipe across. Well, actually, you know what? I drew that wrong anyway. They're right there, right? Yeah. So we might be okay with this, because I can also hook it up to here, and maybe the water flow will be a little bit better. Not sure. We'll see. And then I'm probably only going to need to draw one power line across. Those should immediately be okay. And this might actually increase the number of prisoners that can work in the kitchen, too. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see. I mean, right now, it's set at max jobs 20, which we have filled. Now, whether or not they can actually work in these areas without training, I don't know. Oh, okay. We were going to wait until the yard time was over and switch the regime. I'm going to do that now. So this is now going to be a work lockup time for max security. And the yard time is going to be there for the max security. So we don't have medium and max together. Now, eventually, max will outnumber medium. And hopefully the medium population will disappear altogether. But for now, that's how we're going to do things. Oh, I only have 2 cooks. Whoops, that was a mistake. Okay, utilities. There. I should take care of that. Alright. I'll hire him up to, let's say 10. That's overkill right now, but it will be fine for later. I'm wondering if I actually have to do education to some regard, because I don't think I can do this. Or can I? Alright, apparently we can do the program if we want, but... Oh, now I have cash flow issues. Okay. Well, this has been set up, so I'm going to dismantle this. And I'm going to, when it's dismantled, I'll place it over there. And I think deployment-wise, I'm going to stay on top of this. So once this gets dismantled, I'm going to have to switch some things temporarily so that we don't have issues. Alright. Never mind. I'll just keep it in normal view until I see that happen. But you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and queue up some intake here. I'm going to do 10 prisoners. And when is that intake going to happen? It hasn't updated yet. It happened in 3 hours. Jeez. Doesn't give me much time. Alright, you know what? Because we don't have much time, I'm going to just waste some money here installing that. Then I'm going to make it a high priority so it gets done. There we go. will be installed any moment now. Okay, deployment. Yeah, that's going to be exactly what I want. Perfect. And we have how many hours before they show up? Hour and a half. And, all right, let's take a look at our bureaucracy. So we have tasers. I'm going to do the taser rollout program. May have to hire more guards here. Maybe 5 more. No. My estimation of how much it would cost me to get the perimeter wall is going to be around about, I would guess, 200,000, maybe slightly less. So, definitely going to be expensive. We're going to have to get a fair amount of money together. Oh, I forgot about the shakedown. Well, we're going to have to wait until the intake is here. Oh, and I might have completed my grant for 100 prisoners. So we need now 200. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take this, I believe. Just trying to see if there's anything else I'd want to do. I'm going to say no. Okay. So now that I have that done, prisoners are showing up right now. I'm going to hire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more guards. And I may need to buy some more tables here. All right. Looking good. Let's turn the intake off. And now we got some cash to work with. All right. So I can do one of two things here with this area. I can either leave it as it is and realize that it's a lot of wasted space, or I could redesign it as I have this area and cram in a lot more prisoners. Because right now... Wait, why wouldn't that be legal? Alright, well anyway, one thing I need to do really quickly here is install some jail doors so that we can get some deployment going on. Why would this be enclosed and surrounded? Oh. Am I missing jail doors on some of these? Not large ones. I am. Okay. And then this is just missing a wall, which is possible I missed... Yeah. Queuing. Okay, so a few jail doors were missed. And that should now be taken care of. I'm going to have to figure out what my capacity is and whether or not... Okay, I could have swore I hooked up utilities for this, but according to this, no, I didn't. Another thing I'm going to need to consider is sprinklers over here. Guess I might as well... I'm going to overkill this, just because of how big it is. Big of an area it is. And we're going to need the utilities here. I'll wait until they're installed so I can actually... Well, no, that's not true. I don't need to do that, do I? I can actually see where they would be, because they're in line here. Yeah, I am going to wait, though. I'm just going to be patient, wait until they're installed. I'm just worried that I'm going to overdo it, but probably won't be that big of a deal. We'll just do that. That should be correct. Alright, let's make sure deployment is good. I'm going to eventually get guards there. I just have to wait. And staff-wise... Well, first off, let me take a look at logistics. So most everybody's working on the laundry, and nobody's working anywhere else. Got a couple guards in there to keep eye on things. We have one guard in the kitchen to keep an eye on things. Okay. Once these jail doors are installed, we'll be able to deploy guards here so we can keep an eye on the cell block. Now, if I am going to redesign this area, I'm going to have to remove the dormitories or make it staff only so prisoners are not going to be housed there. And then I'm going to have to figure out, capacity-wise, if that's actually going to work with what we've got over here. Because I can easily estimate what our capacity is over here, because we've got... These are groups of 8 here, so we've got 2 groups of 8, 3 groups of 8, and then another 4. So that's 28 cells times 2 is 56. So... once we get these all legal and actually with the bunk beds that they need, we'll see what the prisoner capacity is on this side, and then we'll go from there. Oh, my workers are taking forever to do some of these things. I don't quite have power where I need it over here, huh? I'll just do that. And that should take care of it. That guy finally gave up on that and went over here. Another thing I can do is I can expand the staff room. Currently, it only has a couple couches and drink machines. I can up that. So... do a couple more sofas here. And more drink machines. Okay. More drink machines over here. And it should be plenty good. Arcade cabinets. Radio. Oh, you can do a radio. That sounds good. Do a couple of those. Why not? And then an arcade cabinet for our guards, huh? Nah, we'll be fine with the radios. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make these high priorities so that they get done. Because deploying the guards in this area is going to be important. Alright, well I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.